shows to the Minnesota State Fair Grandstand. Weird Al Yankovic will be there August 28th. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis will be there August 29th. Get complete details on all of our upcoming shows on the concert page, KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
And that's a fact.
Okay.
They hit the beach.
Are you hungry or are you starving?
I'm trying hard not to get too excited about Ben Gessling's comments on number 21, the running back.
Yeah.
He said, I think he said he's featuring him in tomorrow's StarTribune.com.
DeMond Claiborne. Did you see him make that last run?
I didn't. I was turned. I'm in a tough spot. I probably should be on this other side of the table. You did.
Yeah.
I saw him just like going back to the huddle.
Yeah.
It looks like he glides a little bit. Yeah.
He does move different.
Again, you don't want to project too much because there's so many training camp superstars that end up not really, turning into anything when it matters.
Yep.
But when we've talked about, okay, what could change here that might take them one level up? And it's always the same thing, I think. It's a player emerging or a player who ends up doing better than even projected or when he was drafted, right? It happens. And that's the way it happens, is if you suddenly have a running back with a little bit different gear to him, maybe a little different style too, that can become part of the mix and well enough that then he becomes an important part of the mix, that's part of how your offense changes, regardless of who the quarterback happens to be. And I think that's what, that's obviously part of what the Vikings need to be looking for. We're at Vikings practice today, TCO Performance Center, if you had not figured that out by now. Sounds like, though, practice is going longer than we thought, right?
They might. Yeah, they might. Here's a check down to him right here from J.J. McCarthy. Goes through a couple of guys, and there's Metellus to try to wrap him up. He's a 6th-round draft pick.
He's not very tall.
And maybe that's why he fell.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason.
Yeah, there usually is.
Yeah,
right.
He's 5'10", 188 pounds. But I was thinking about when you were bringing it up, like, Stephon Diggs here is a good example. He's a 5th-round pick, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And
who just got re-signed, didn't he?
He was Washington now?
Yeah,
I think he signed
the
with
Commanders.
Washington.
Yeah.
That's right. Which is like his 9th team.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got kind of a Jimmy Butler shelf life, it appears.
Yeah, he fell off.
Wherever
He's
he
falling
goes.
off, yeah.
But a guy that you didn't invest a ton of capital in.
Catch the ball.
Good
46.
throw by Carson Wentz. Dropped by Michael Briscoe.
You got to catch that.
A rookie out of Cal Poly. Hope you got an education. It's a good school, Cal Poly. But, yeah, Diggs helped him for a long time on a very effective, efficient contract. And that's what good teams do. They find those kind of gems. So if he can be that, that'd be tremendous.
Mascot Hall of Fame, the second-year class, which is 2006, I mentioned that's when Bucky got in.
Yep.
In addition, Aubie the Tiger.
From Auburn?
From Auburn.
Aubie?
It's spelled A-U-B-I-E, the Tiger.
Yeah, I mean, that's not very creative.
Clutch, Houston Rockets. I don't even know what Clutch looks like.
No, me neither.
Jazz Bear from the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
KC Wolf from the Kansas City Chiefs. And I don't know how to pronounce this. Youdee or Youdee, University of Delaware.
Spell it again.
Y-O capital U.
Okay.
Capital D-E-E.
Yeah,
University of Delaware.
Interesting. Rich Gannon's school, right?
Now the apparently it's a blue hen chicken, is what Youdee is, however you pronounce it.
Because they're like
they're
like the blue hens, right? I thought. And that's a Delaware something.
Yeah, that's true. They are the
or
blue
something
hens.
like
That's
that.
right. Yeah, that's exactly it. Correct.
It's like we're doing some tight red work here.
How we looking?
Third down.
Who's the QB?
3rd and 6. Looks like Kyler. And Kyler is back with the ones, it looks like. Yes.
He checked the wristband a little bit.
Yeah, he's the ones. You just look for JJ. You just look for Jets. And Jets is solo up top. He's to the left of Kyler, who's in a shotgun snap with Aaron Jones on his left. Takes the snap, looking right. Not much there. Would have been sacked, but gets out of it. Now would have been sacked a second time as everything was covered up in the end zone. Nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Here comes Will Reichert.
We're settling for 3 here? Chip shot. Why even bother?
I don't think they are. I think they're just switching the groups.
Oh, I see.
Or switching the formation.
Interesting. What else do I have here?
Hey, Ron Johnson.
Hey, all right, man. Ron Johnson stopping by as only he can do. Also, 2006. Are you familiar with Big Red with Western University? Western Kentucky University.
I did not know the Hilltoppers.
He's described as a furry red blob.
It's not very nice.
But Big Red is his nickname.
Yeah.
Second year, how'd Big Red get in?
There's some scandal to uncover here, I think.
Actually, that's year 3. Excuse me.
And then false start on the offense.
That's not good.
Ryan Vandemark, the right tackle, moved.
You did predict it well. In year 3, Brutus Buckeye got in.
Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer. They can't help themselves. But I will say, in defense of Brutus, they let a lot of tryhards in there before him.
Yeah.
Good pass by JJ right at the goal line. Touchdown? Jordan Mason.
Oh. Was it a check down?
Yeah. That's what they were just working on this field over there. That's how you collaborate, Dan. You bring the individual stuff over to the team drills. They were working on that specific little check down thing here, and JJ brought it from field 3 to field 2.
Well, maybe the competition's not over yet.
Let's take it. Like I said, I'm not giving up on the guy. I don't feel great about it.
The other guy's never... Oh, no, this is Wentz.
Yeah, this is Wentz. Brosmer hasn't gotten a lot of run today.
No.
Wentz has gotten a little bit, but you mentioned every time he throws it, the receiver drops it.
Yeah. Look, we got some confusion here on where the receivers are supposed to line up.
Yep.
We don't know what city we're in.
Yeah, we're going to have to burn a timeout.
Oh, that's not good.
This is how you just get cut right here. I mean, if you're the 5th team, you got to know where you're supposed to stand.
That was going to be a delay of game.
You can't have mental errors.
Well, they're going to mark off the 5 yards?
I think they called a timeout.
Oh, they did get the timeout ahead of time.
I think they called a ceremonial timeout there.
Okay. Where do they get these refs who work the game? Do we know?
There's a lot of local guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of local guys.
Do they get yelled
or they
at?
bring them in. No, I don't think. I think
Do they get worked?
They get told how appreciated they are for coming out here for probably a hot dog and maybe a Vikings hoodie or something.
Maybe a briefing with Victor the Viking.
Look at Carson hanging in the pocket.
Open. That had to be a blown coverage too, didn't it?
Well, Dylan Bell was just standing by the pylon in the front left of the end zone or front right of the end zone, I guess.
And Wentz found him.
Went through his progressions like a savvy veteran does. That's how the period will end.
Yeah, that's
good time to straddle.
Let's do it. Let's get a pause in right now. We'll keep an eye on practice and prepare for Brian O'Neill and Lavelle E. Neal III, we hope, if he remembers us, before we wrap things up tonight at 6:30. It's a Friday Football Beast edition of the afternoon Aardvark.
Before we go, the fan at BigDeck.com, I'm going to give a shot to win bonus bucks with the National Cash Contest. Head to KFAN.com. The keyword is dollar. The keyword dollar, KFAN.com. Keyword dollar.
You're listening to Barreiro, live from training camp on The Fan. Presented by the Minnesota
Vikings football is back. You can find our Mall of America street team at Vikings training camp every day for your chance to score awesome prizes, including Mall of America mystery cards and tons of other great prizes. Details now, KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
We are back from I was about to say the Great Minnesota Get-Together. That's coming soon.
3 weeks from yesterday.
3 weeks from yesterday, the whole thing begins. Do we have a final verdict on the T-shirt? Do we know? Have you talked to any experts?
I was texting with Lil B about it earlier today.
Where is she lean?
They were workshopping the Wolves in
Dan
5.
Minnesota stanza?
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
They were workshopping that. So
yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. There's still time. The old days we used to mock them up. Are we past the point we can't afford that anymore?
No, I'm sure they'll probably be hanging on the wall next week.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
I don't think they want to hang anything on the walls anymore because it's supposed to be a much cleaner look.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anything can be around that's not perfectly choreographed.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I guess
we'll find out next week.
We'll find out very, very soon, Davey, that's for sure. Vikings training camp, our location. Brian O'Neill scheduled to join us after that. We mentioned your guy, Goldie Gopher, winning the big mascot or getting to make the Mascot Hall of Fame. Let's talk about Goldie Gopher's team a little bit. I mean,
sure.
we have plenty of time to do that as we get closer. So, from the JG perspective, what is the most significant open, or I maybe just say question mark, the area where it could go either way, but it's sort of if you're going to have what might be classified as a breakout year, this will have to go really well.
Not too dissimilar from where we are now, the running game. And that could be the health of Darius Taylor, but it's also, like here, the offensive line. And they brought in a couple of transfers, specifically on the right side of the offensive line, that I think they're trying out. They had an open practice today, too. I wasn't able to go because of enough said. But to me, that's what makes the whole thing go offensively. It was not a good offense last year. It had moments where they scored some points and they moved the ball, but in terms of consistency, it wasn't very good. Specifically the games where Darius Taylor didn't play. And he didn't play in, I think, 8 games, something like that, 7 or 8 games. He missed again. And they just didn't have, and even when he played, he had to break a lot of tackles to get the yards that he got. And he's good, he can do that, and he had good numbers statistically for the games that he played. But I think the defense is going to be pretty good. I think they've got a lot of nice pieces there, including Anthony Smith, the preseason Big Ten Player of the Year, who could be a first or second round pick, and he decided to come back to college. But they got to be able to get back to the running game that they had 3-4 years ago. They haven't really run the ball well for a couple of years, and PJ said that in Chicago. That's what they spent a ton of time on, just trying to figure out. Besides just having your best player healthy, which is something you can't always control, what else do they have to do to be more consistent and have an identity? And I just listened.
Wide zone blocking scheme?
No, but it does seem like they're going to go more. They're trying to go more downhill. And Ryan Burns just did a podcast with both coordinators, and the offensive coordinator Greg Harbaugh talked about his off-season stuff. And he said usually when I break down the season, I'll watch our stuff, and then I would go watch somebody that I like, and I would go watch their passing game to try to find concepts. He goes, this year I did run game. And I brought it up on Enough Said tonight, actually. That's where I got that nugget. One of the teams he looked at was the Los Angeles Rams. And what he came back to was every single team that runs the ball well, they have some type of identity. Like everybody knows what play they're going to run, what style of run they're going to run.
But they can't stop.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the Rams, it's the Niners, it's all the teams we've talked about for this. And he said that's what we have to have. We have not had that the last few years, and for a number of different reasons. But I think that, to me, is what hinges, because I think the quarterback's really good. I think they have some receivers that they like. And if you can get a consistent running game going to go along with the guy who's obviously a very talented QB, I think you can do a lot of things.
Have you ever done one thing professionally, just one, as well as Lester Bagley did one thing professionally?
No.
Every time I see him, I still think of that. He was just sauntering by, gave us a wave, kind of a Chuck Daly wave when he went down to the field the other direction.
Yep.
I mean, just think about that. They basically say to you, you have one job.
Right.
And that's to get us $1 billion stadium, and we're only willing to pay for half of it.
And, while we do that, you tell people how generous we are.
Exactly.
Because no one has ever paid more.
You convince Pat Kessler how generous we are.
Right, that's it.
And he did it.
He did.
He did it, like I said before. I doubt they asked him to do anything. The Wills should ever ask him to do anything else ever since.
And what's funny about that is I think the private contribution thing, I think they were the last big organization to really get public funding. One of them.
100%.
I don't know if Atlanta did. We were right around the same time as them, but we know that
it's certainly not the trend any longer.
No. In L.A., SoFi, Kroenke had to do it. Chase, where the Warriors play, their new building in San Francisco, they had to do it. That was like $4 billion. He was the last guy to be able to successfully leverage the threat of Los Angeles to get a new stadium for the next generation of Vikings fans.
Some people could say, well, you can't rest on your laurels forever, but I would say if that's your laurel and you work for billionaire football owners, you can rest on it.
He looks well rested.
Yeah, I mean, he
looks rested.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
You could, probably doesn't want to retire. He probably feels like he's too young. He probably enjoys the job too much.
So what do you think he does now?
Well, that's
where we need to get him over.
We should at some point find him.
He and Abbott are tight. Abbott needs to convince him to come on.
Yeah, I'm sure we could have some fun with him on that because he's not going to get ripped. I mean, we're admiring him.
Yes, we're jealous of him.
I mean, it's amazing when you think about it, right?
He got the deal done, got the votes, got the stadium, got this place built. That was another big thing, right? I'm sure
That's true.
Kevin Warren worked hand in hand with that. I mean, think about what Kevin Warren's going through right now in your hometown, trying to get the Bears their new stadium.
And it's still not done. We think it's going to be near Whiting,
right?
Hammond, Indiana.
right next to the Mascot Hall of Fame. But all the stops and starts with that thing.
Yeah.
And obviously it was a long journey here as well. It took probably longer than they would have thought.
Correct.
But he got it done, and now he's milking it for as much as he possibly can, which why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's it's I don't know the last time I've seen a major – because, I mean, obviously when the Vikings were trying to raise the money to get the deal accomplished, there were a lot of stories written about him because he was considered kind of the point man.
He was.
But I don't think I remember the last Bagley. It's like, well, okay, so
he never comes up anymore.
What's left for you to do?
I know. Just collect those checks.
And maybe, again, it doesn't matter.
Do you think he got a bonus?
He should have.
Do you think there was like a stadium bonus at the end of it?
He deserves a Mike Lynn kind of a deal.
Back
to the Metrodome days, more than Mike Lynn deserved it. Remember, Lynn kept getting like $1 million a year.
The suite revenue, I thought, right?
30 years after, basically, he made the deal. I don't think anybody even knew that deal had been made in the first place. And
the best kind of deals if you're there, yeah.
He kept getting the money. For all I know, his family's. I think Metrodome's done, so I would assume he's out of that mix. I'm not sure. Do we have any update on Vikings practice time ending? When it's going to end?
No.
Huh.
I don't. Just whenever they blow the double horn. But, yeah, Gessling thought about 5 o'clock.
That's Kyler.
Yep. He hands it off to Aaron Jones. Nice blocks there. He had a nice little hole and scooted through it on the right side. Metellus over there to make the tackle about 15 yards down the field.
See how much more physical the linemen looked?
It's crazy. The defensive linemen were cowering in their wake. They didn't know what to do.
They didn't even know what city they were in at that point. Yeah.
Isaiah Rodgers had to come over there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Bagley again. I mean, he's just
with a new group of people.
Yeah, all he's doing is just takes people from one side to the other and back, and they maybe go to the restroom, and then they come back out.
The guy he's with looks like he's got some influence,
and he can go wherever he wants to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he built this place.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago, what was the gap between getting the money for People's Stadium and this facility? Do you remember? It wasn't all at the same time, or was it?
No, this place was after.
Right, that's what I thought.
Because I think we're in year 10, remember? Because
he didn't get us we didn't go into the public coffers for this place, did we?
I don't think so. But I'm sure
he wouldn't have had the decency to ask for that money.
I'm sure Egan gave him a nice deal, though, on the land. Because this was the old Northwest Airlines stand,
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
This was the site.
I'm sure he got that. That's obviously what the Bears are trying to do now. They're trying to get, and I think they have a pretty good deal in Indiana, although it seems like everything's kind of slowed down, right? Who got loose there?
I think that was Jones again. Yeah, another nice run for Jones, that time right up the middle. Right behind your guy, Blake Brandell.
The wide zone blocking. That's what it's all about, man. It's changing. It's going to change pretty much everything we do from this point forward.
It does look nice when executed well.
Yeah. Maybe we're not even going to have
perfectly.
to throw the ball at all. They were going to throw 8 or 9 passes a game.
That would be the dream. You know that's PJ's dream.
Yeah, that is PJ's.
He loves to win a game that way.
He's got to still be a little nervous. He's gone away from it as much as he has the last couple of years.
He likes Drake Lindsey, though, man.
Yeah, well, that's
he likes Drake.
But in a perfect world, like you say, even great quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers included back in the day, look a lot better.
For sure.
If they have a running game they can count on.
For sure.
They don't have to do quite as much. And in fact, allegedly the whole bit on this running revolution is not just about helping the quarterback, but more specifically helping JJ, as in Justin Jefferson.
Right.
Forcing teams to get away from two deep safeties, obviously, and making it harder for them to double him or to give him as much attention, right? That's the idea.
Kyler was just sacked, by the way. We set up the pass with 2 very nice runs, tried some play action.
I thought he was unsackable.
Well, they blew the whistle.
Oh.
Yeah, he was kind of enveloped there, it looked like. Defense had enough.
All right, let's do this. Let's get a bottom-of-the-hour pause in. We'll continue to monitor practice. I've got another college football question for Guardsy. Has Lavelle surfaced?
Has not since the last text about 5 hours ago.
God, why is he so?
He's mysterious, man. He's mysterious. That's what I got to deal with. Kyler pump fake, couldn't throw it over the line of scrimmage. Now throws a worm burner, but it looks like it was caught.
Who made the catch? Can you tell?
Ty Felton, I think, from 80 yards away watching. That was number 13.
Yeah, we're a little further away than we were before. That's very, very true, Davey. All right, let's get a bottom of the hour pause in as we continue from Vikings practice, TCO Performance Center. Who are the people on the roof opposite us? Are those like family members of dignitaries, of big shots?
Probably employee family members.
Employee family members?
Yeah,
that's it.
That looks like a nice little perch.
When's the isn't there an iHeart Radio Day out here usually? Are we out on that day?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
It's usually a big day because then we can get feedback.
That's true.
We can go wherever we want to go that day. That's the only day we can go wherever, correct?
Well, we can go to the one tent. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's technically true. That's right.
We've got a tent where you can get water if you need it.
More Vikings play-by-play from Guardsy when we come back.
Bumper to Bumper with Barreiro, live at Vikings training camp in Eagan on the...
Another college football question, Guardsy, as we watch, continue to attempt to monitor Vikings, a very spirited, lengthy Vikings practice session. Is that JJ under center right there?
It is, yes. JJ McCarthy fakes a handoff, drops back to pass. He's looking left, fires left, caught, left sideline, out of bounds. That was a strike, on time, on target. Marshall Lang? Was that number 81, Marshall Lang? No, that 82. Was number 82, Jashawn Jones, second year out of Maryland. Pretty good throw. Base, balance, body, and Brosmer were all there there.
Yeah, it was there pretty much. Another college football question for you. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if this is under the classification of a hot take that really doesn't have that many believers in it, or a story that is gaining traction involving my team, the Indiana Hoosiers, and Cignetti, the head coach.
Okay.
It's out of Yahoo Sports. The dangerous thing now is I'm looking... Some of the stories on Yahoo Sports, I don't even think some of them are written by reporters.
You're right.
It's all like synthesizers or aggregators or whatever you call it.
It's a very confusing website because they have a couple of very reputable, very good. That was a pretty good throw by McCarthy. Just wasn't caught down the right sideline. They've got a couple of very good reporters, and one of them, Ross Dellinger, on College Sports, is all over everything.
Yes, I recognize that name. But then there's a few that I'm not even sure report.
Or are even people.
Well, the other thing is, or other people. The other thing is, the new trend is if somebody's allegedly bothered by something, you just find some people on X who say they're bothered by it.
Yes.
They're not even necessarily people that you'd ordinarily go to in, let's say, the college football community to say there's an issue here.
Right.
It's almost, it's rigged, I guess I would say. So this might fall into that classification. But nevertheless, I wanted to try it out on you to see if there's anything to it. The allegation is that even by current standards, Cignetti is cheating the system by the number of 23 and 24-year-olds he's continuing to use. Because he just found out, I think, that there was this...
the fifth-year guy.
Federal judge opening the door for fifth-year seniors, right?
Yep.
So, Indiana, they're able to bring back Stephen Daly, star defender.
Yep.
And who was ridiculous last year, right before. He's the guy who got hurt
in the playoffs.
Right?
Yes.
And not even celebrating dumbly. It's just he was basically just trying to reach up, I think, to hand back a program that he'd signed, and he twisted something. I don't remember what it was. So the allegation is that he's taking that, that there's something that smells about this system, specifically the way Cignetti is using it. But at this point, is he any different than anybody else? I'm trying to figure out what he could have done more sneakily or almost borderline not fair to the rest of college football.
Well, is it illegal?
No.
Then what's the problem?
I don't know.
That's my reaction to it. Is it unfair? Unfair is not the right word. Is it an advantage to have a bunch of older dudes on your team?
Undeniable.
In football, basketball, in any sport. Is that an advantage? Yeah. So why wouldn't you do that if you're Kirk Cignetti? And if he's doing it better than most people are doing it, that's not his problem. That's not his fault. He's playing by the rules. Whatever rules they have in college football right now, he's playing by the rules. So,
yeah,
because that did come up, as you recall, last year, too, a little bit. Because,
yes, it did.
Well, yeah, he's got 22 and 23-year-olds. It's like, but it's not illegal. He's not doing anything that anybody else wouldn't do and other people haven't done. And remember, we're coming out of a period, too, where...
Are we able to add anybody on the basis of that judge's ruling?
The Gophers?
Yeah.
They probably could. I don't know if they will.
Okay.
I actually had some questions about potential women's basketball players like Amaya Battle coming back, who they have to replace. And she signed a contract to go play in Italy. I don't know if she'd even be interested in doing it, but that would be the type of example of someone that I thought about immediately. The Gopher men's basketball team with Cade Tyson, their best player from a year ago.
Yes, I was going to ask. That's exactly.
He's also kind of part of that. So there's a great...
Wasn't he in the lawsuit specifically?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so there's a lot of...
So is he? What's his deal?
They don't know yet.
Okay.
Because here's part of the issue that they're having right now. To take one of these players, especially football players, actually really everybody, because almost everybody right now is in their summer practice, fall practice, getting ready to play. To do that, to take a player, you have to tell someone that's just gone through the last 6 months that they're not on the team anymore. And so that's where it gets a little tricky politically for people in your own locker room. It's like, if you didn't have a spot or you didn't have room, it's almost like when you make a trade for a baseball player and you got to send somebody down.
This isn't Division III.
No, you're right. But also, here's the second part of that. There's a lot of thought that this ruling might get appealed and then held on.
Right. So
they've got it out. So then you're going to...
You alienated somebody needlessly.
Exactly. Yeah. So but everybody's monitoring it. With the Cade Tyson thing, for sure, they're checking it out. And even the other thing, which is funny, because Cade Tyson and Langston Reynolds, too, for the Gopher men, they went into the portal last year, even though they had no eligibility left at that time. Because they did that, technically, under the ruling now, they would be allowed to go to a different school because they went into the portal. If you didn't go into the portal, even though you had no eligibility left, and it looks stupid when you announced that you were going into the portal, you have to go back to the school that you were just at.
Gotcha.
Which, again, is completely bizarre and weird, because who's going to forecast that? So, yeah, but and the Cignetti thing with older players, every coach in America wants older players. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're more experienced, they're tougher because they've been through the battles, every cliche you want. I just think...
We just scored another running touchdown.
We did. And you see how quick downhill that was?
It was.
It
was
quick,
nice.
decisive, one cut, touchdown Vikings.
Why you always hate on Chad Greenway? What is it about him that you can't...
He's kind of a bully. That's why.
It's how are you, man?
He's kind of a bully. How many people do you need to escort you on a side field, by the way? It's like, now look, speaking of bully, he's grabbing the headset.
He's grabbing the headset because that's what he does.
Let me get on here. Let me figure out what's going on.
What is... You have an entourage?
That was like the whole state of South Dakota. Was that your whole hometown that was with you?
I wanted to feel relevant again, so I came back to Vikings practice just to show everybody how good I looked and how good things were going. And everybody was just going nuts today. No,
they weren't they?
There was an extra buzz.
Remember you?
There was an extra buzz here today.
The kids don't even know who you are.
No idea. And even the YouTube clip's kind of grainy. Like, you can't even show them that anymore.
Yeah. Man, you're getting water brought to you by Tom West.
Like Minions.
A little quicker next time. Thanks. No, it's so fun to come back. And even though I live across town, I still don't get here as often as I should. And I think this organization does such a good job of it. They keep so many of their people around, long tenured guys that, for me, been out for, this is my 10th year out.
That's crazy.
I'm like, you literally chop it up with so many guys that changed my life when I was playing here. So that's what makes it fun for me.
So how old are you now?
43.
So do you think you could still play?
How many snaps?
I mean, you look like you're still in good shape. So
well, I saw a couple of these contracts that have been coming down. I'll do anything for that.
Yeah, that's true.
You see these guys, and I actually was just saying down there when I was watching, it's like you almost don't know how you did it because you look at these guys and how they're moving, and again, and kids just get better and faster and stronger as they focus more on training, all the things they learn about nutrition and sleep and all the stuff. So you look at these guys, you're like, if you think you can go back and play, you're just an idiot. Yeah. So I don't think that at all.
So here's the key.
That's what Lindsey Whalen said. I'm glad I retired.
Are we hurting?
Now.
Do we need to get ahead of it, or can we?
No, we're good.
Go a little longer?
Yeah, we're good.
So you can answer this, I think, without purple-colored glasses, even though you played for the team. I'm hoping, but you have the authenticity to at least figure it out a little bit. So
You give me a lot there. I mean, I appreciate
biggest
that.
Fascinating off-season wrinkle, leaving the quarterback thing out for a minute, is this notion that the light bulb finally went off in the head of KOC. And he said, we got to completely change the way I thought you run the ball. And we're going to change. We're going to get rid of a coach, promote an offensive line coach. We're bringing in a couple other people that this is all they do. It's going to be much more rugged, a lot less finessey, and it's what I've figured out. If we're going to have the right kind of running game, we have to do. Now, that sounds great. I've been yelling for it for 5 years. But what I want to know is it doable? Can you use the same people you've been using? Can they play a different style? Or is this just all a lot of cool, flowery-looking language, but really doesn't have much to do with this running revolution that allegedly we're on the brink of?
Yeah, I think when you look from an O-line standpoint, those guys are built to do both things. Yeah, certainly O-linemen can get out and stretch a zone better than others, or some guys can go play more direct and play the power more, play lead and all the stuff downhill and be physical at the point of attack. But at the end of the day, the line is the thing I'm least worried about. To me, it's the peripheral, like how our tight ends are blocking, our fullback, how we're built. You see what we draft from the fullback standpoint. Like, you're making a conscious effort to change gears with your mentality. But the other positions you're talking about, that's part of this, right? That's what the 49ers do. That's what the teams, frankly, what the Bears are doing. Is Ben Johnson, everybody thinks he's this wild man, but the fact is nobody believes in the run more than he does, for God's sake. Well, you remember when I went to college at Iowa, we used 3-4 tight ends all the time.
There you
because
go.
What makes it hard from a linebacker standpoint or even a defensive line to get a read on what they're doing is when I have multiple tight ends shifting, moving.
Right.
Are they off the ball? Are they on the ball? Are they going to be a direct run in front of them? Is it going to be something with some movement? Now all of a sudden you have gap control issues because the tight end goes back across, creating an extra gap. Now you get that linebacker just to slow down his thought process just a little bit. Now you hit the ball downhill and you smack somebody. And then is it a reaction in some ways to what Detroit has done?
Yes,
right?
Right.
We're going to be physical. We're going to be up front. We're going to control the line of scrimmage. And also, like, football, as we all know, is cyclical. Like, the run game is now valued across the league better. So, like, I think it's a reaction in some ways to that, but that reaction has to come with some meat. And to me, they've done the appropriate action to say, hey, we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to do it. Now, we won't know until we see it, right? But we should come back on goal line short yards and just talk about, like, what the mentality is like here. Like, what's the energy coming from the O-line, and how's that looking? Because I think you'll start to see it there.
All right. The rest of us all assume that's set up that for Kyler to be the guy, that you don't sign him with anything but the intent to make him the guy.
Right.
Are you in that camp? Do you think we can talk about an alleged competition, and you can even talk about saying you can't give up completely on J.J. McCarthy, but will you be stunned if Kyler Murray is not under center or in the shotgun for the opening game against the Packers?
I mean, I think originally, without giving it a whole lot of thought on just the move and really diving into it deep, I think superficially I was like, yeah, this is Kyler's job, right? You don't go get a vet like this. But when you look at the dollars around it, and then also you're coming in to have a drafted first-round pick that's also there competing, that has a lot of intangibles and tools and a lot of great things that we loved when things were going well, and we've only seen 10 games of him as a starter. So, to me, this is not a situation that, like, Kyler's really been in, where you have another alpha first-round draft pick that he's going to go against. To me, you have to make this a legitimate competition, because at the end of the day, what matters? Winning football games. And who can win you more football games is the only thing that matters in this league, is winning. So who can give you that at a higher level? And by the way, Carson Wentz has looked good today.
Really?
Yeah.
He has looked really
He's
good.
well, every throw, I mean, he's playing with the fifth stringers. They're dropping him.
But he's on time.
Yeah.
He's in rhythm.
And here he is right now.
Yeah, so this will be a touchdown. So
a quick strike. I'll look at
There it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right where he's going.
Right on time.
But point being is you have a vet, again, another vet, who's going to push this thing along. To me, like, the way the little I've seen, the little I've talked about, it to me seems like a true competition.
But it doesn't seem like Wentz is in that part, right?
Well, I mean, you throw Wentz in because he's been a veteran.
You want depth, right?
You would want more. You'd want him to be in that mix. You'd want him to be for more and put pressure on guys. And it'll be how it plays out, and we'll see. But at the end of the day, like, we know we don't want quarterback by committee. We know we don't want to have be throwing a bunch of guys in one series or the next. Like, let's have somebody truly win this thing.
Did I hear? I don't know who the source was on this, but better to ask you directly. One of my sources said privately what you said, that your vision for the Vikings, the quarterback position, is to wait this thing out, do what you can with what you have this year, and then go get Baker Mayfield when he's an unrestricted free agent next year.
I'm not sure that was my take.
Oh, that wasn't yours?
I don't remember that being my take.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You have a lot of takes.
It's just testing you out.
You're on the feast a lot.
I don't know if you're a Baker Mayfield.
You're on the feast a lot. Great on vodka.
Some people are already projecting that. That's how far ahead they are.
Would we be surprised by anything in this league?
No, that's true. Or here.
Yeah, well, exactly. But I think at the end of the day, you're at a crossroads with these two quarterbacks now that have a lot of talent and ability. Can one take the reins and say, this is my organization moving forward? And that's what you're looking for.
I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, good to see you guys. You look good.
Good to see you. Everything's, we're excited to be here.
I think we're about done here.
We're about done?
Yeah, we've got two or three plays. When they're done, let's break. Or we can break now and just come back.
Let's get ahead of it.
Yeah. We'll do real radio, I think.
Thanks for stopping by, Ryan. Yeah, for sure. Were you on with PA today?
I was not. No,
What's
I was
that all
not.
about?
I couldn't drive to Egan twice. I got 4 kids, man.
That's
Come
a
on.
good point.
Hey, speaking of that,
I
was going to text you. It's weird to not have your oldest daughter in your family pictures right now.
It's a little
summer.
bizarre.
How are you doing, Dad? Saw you at the state tournament.
Yeah.
You were taking it all in.
She was gone for 7 weeks in Lexington. She's had a great experience. She's back now for 2.
Daughter Madden.
How many Hall of Fame basketball players are left? How many are coming?
I have 3 left.
I got 3 more.
3 more coming. Yeah. So then,
and they're all as good as she is.
They're good in their own way.
Well stated. Very well put.
My sophomore is doing really well. She had a great summer, and she picked up, I think, a couple offers today, actually. So things are going well.
Nice.
Oh,
so
it's weird, these family picks, though. I was going to text you. I'm like, I don't want to make you sad.
Here's what makes no sense. This guy's got all the money in the world. He's not going to have to pay a dime for any of his kids' education.
Some people have it all, man.
I somehow blow it on something else.
Some people have it all, man.
Thanks, man.
Right.
Appreciate you. Good to see you. Chad Greenway stopping by with a little impromptu visit. Practice is wrapping up. We just heard the horn. I think it is wrapped up. Let's get a quick pause in right now, and we prepare for a conversation with Vikings tackle Brian O'Neill. Stay tuned.
This is Dan Barreiro, live from the